Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions, their lives a mimicry, their passions a quotation. Oscar Wilde.
It is easy to get carried away by what people see on TV, by what you watch on TikTok, or when you listen to a trusted podcast. You listen to other people's opinions, you listen to other people's beliefs, and sometimes that can become your own. That becomes your opinion about that specific matter. And this episode is about forming your own belief. We are going through a tough time, making up our minds on the essentiality of the vaccine for certain age groups, evaluating the righteousness of certain government measures, while still some people don't believe the facts that climate change is real. The truth is, there is no truth. There is no right or wrong. And in some cases, you can create a universal belief, a belief that everyone should believe in and trust that one thing, but not everyone will. And we kind of learn to accept that. We kind of need to learn how to be okay with that. And to be completely honest with you, I have a hard time. I find it very hard to be okay with other people's beliefs that differ from mine, especially if the facts are just in front of you. Why would you still look for evidence to disprove my belief?
Your assumptions are your windows on the world. Scrub them off once in a while, or the light won't come in. Isaac Asimov.
Here is one of my beliefs. We all love to jump to conclusions way too quickly. And that jump to conclusions, that formation of a belief, is very hard to alter. It is very hard to change your mind because you identify with it. You believe that this belief is part of who you are, that defines you. So if we do change, if we do decide to alter our beliefs, well, that would alter who we are. And that, one, requires work, but two, we like who we are. Why would we want to change our beliefs? It doesn't make sense. The truth is, this is not a purpose of a belief, for you to feel worthy of something or for you to define yourself with something. The purpose of a belief is to help you form better decisions. It helps you decide on your actions, on what you want to do, on how you want to act towards certain situations, on how you want to treat people based on what you think is the right thing to do. A lot of the times what we do is that we stop an external opinion to enter our world. Because we don't like to change opinions, we don't like to change our beliefs, as that would also require us to change our lives. And we currently love living the lives that we currently do. We don't want to change how we act towards the world. We don't want to change what we believe because that would require us to live a different life. Imagine switching your belief from someone that eats meat to someone that believes animals have rights. There is a fundamental change in how you behave towards the world. First and foremost, it all starts with your fridge, on what you buy. And then it also starts with you and your skills to cook meals that don't have animal products in it. And then you also need to pay attention to all the people that you would have to manage their opinion about you not eating any meat anymore or consuming any animal products. And from there on onwards, you also have the fact that you can't go to every single restaurant in town, as not everyone has dairy-free meals available. There is a fundamental shift in how much you need to take care and pay attention to more that your brain doesn't necessarily like. Daniel Kahneman explains this as our brain having two systems, System 1 and System 2. System 1 is the system that you will activate as I ask you to calculate 1 plus 1, which your brain immediately screams, "It is 2, Kevin, it is 2." So it's an intuitive, reactive, emotional system that uses all the information that you already have stored within your brain, but also all the perceptions and opinions that you already have stored and validated to be true from previous experiences. On the other side, if I ask you to calculate 25 times 13 without a calculator, you might need to take a pen and paper or do some mental arithmetic, but either way, you have to do the work. You have to think about the problem, the equation, multiplication that you're trying to solve. It takes effort, and that is system 2. It requires effort. It requires brain power, whereas system 1 is effortless, system 2 is effortful. And in regards to forming an opinion, what often happens is that we don't use this system, but we absorb information as it is. We don't question the reliability of a source. We don't cross-check against any other source. We don't question our own experiences, or we don't even question the individuality of each specific case. But on the other hand, if at some point in our life we do want to change our belief, we first and foremost need to gather evidence. We need to analyze all the data, and we need to prove to ourselves that we are wrong. That takes effort. That is system 2 doing its works. And as we have gathered, researched, analyzed, as time goes by, we are also able to change our beliefs. Forming an opinion has so many layers. We have tons of biases that we are not even aware of that help construct what we believe in. And today, I want to talk about one specific bias that rules most of our decision making and rules most of our opinion making in the world of social media, in the world of smartphones, and in the world of having a search engine at your fingertips. Today I want to briefly talk about the confirmation bias, the tendency to search for or interpret information in a way that confirms your preconceptions. And let me give you an example. If you already have an opinion about the vaccine, may that be pro or con, it doesn't necessarily matter. Whenever you are looking for information regarding that vaccine, or whenever you are searching regarding the vaccine, you are always looking for information, or the tendency is that you will look for information that will validate what you already believe in. So if you are pro-vaccine, you might write something like efficiency rate of preventing COVID with vaccine. But on the other side, if you are con, you might write something in the lines of death rates from COVID even with vaccine. So either way, you are trying to justify your belief. You're trying to justify what you already believe in. This is also similar to you having an argument with someone. And when you are having this argument with someone, you always try to pick on the things that that person says that validate your initial argument so that you can prove them wrong using their own words. But in this case, you're trying to use yourself to prove yourself that you are right. And essentially, confirmation bias is you winning an argument against yourself. But to form an opinion, we need more than that. We don't just need facts, but we need some sort of emotional energy. We need to be rational about what we are analyzing and use those facts and analyze those facts against the individuality of each specific case, even when that means that we may have to change our opinion, that we may have to change our beliefs. The cure to forming a rational opinion is to activate system 2. Think it through. Don't let your emotions guide you. Thank you so much for listening to episode number 2 of this week. And I would gladly appreciate any feedback. Otherwise, click the follow button, subscribe button, depending on the platform that you're listening to. And if you're watching this on YouTube, why don't you just leave a like as well? Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next week.